Call him. Caesar, hey, go. Hey, vámonos. Hello, Heather. Hey, everybody. Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Friday, July 10th, 2019. Or 19, listen to me, 2020. Let's get the year right. And another very hot one. It's 91 degrees right now. It's about 4 in the afternoon. Again, another extremely, extremely warm day. So, I wanted to talk about today really. Oh, so I do have two things. I will be live streaming tonight. Topic to be determined. I will get that set up when I get this video up. I will decide what I'm going to talk about tonight. So, look for me tonight in the live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will have a good discussion. Okay. So please join me then, and we will go from there. So anyway, I did want to say, and I will have an announcement tonight as well on the on the show. So look for that as well. Okay. So that being said, so today again another freaking extremely warm day here at the homestead, and there goes the UPS guy. Those freaking guys have been working their tails off. I'll tell you right now, those guys have been working extremely hard. So anyway, I want to talk about dealing with extreme temperature variations in a post-event. So here we are, we've in New York, and again, when we're talking 90s up here, when you're talking like 90+% humidity, it is brutal. I mean, it is absolutely brutal up here. Okay, so when we're talking about extreme temperatures, that's one thing. Now, another thing, obviously, if you live in the South, obviously, if you're in Florida, it's high humidity down there as well, in extreme heat. I'm just looking. I saw yesterday. Hold on, I want to see if I can find it again. There's one right there hanging. Another one there. Oh, there we go. That's one I was talking about right there. Look at the side of that one already. That's a good sized cucumber already. So, when you're dealing with extreme temperatures in a post-event, either heat or cold, how do you think people are going to fare with that? Now, obviously now, we can get into our air-conditioned cars. We can get into our air-conditioned houses. We can cool off that way so we're out of that heat and beating that heat, right? But what happens in that post-event when those things are not available? How bad will it be? How many people, will pass away because of those extreme temperatures? I mean, it's something that people really need to think about. Now, this is kind of wilty at this point of the day just because it's so hot. I'm probably going to come out here. Right now, like I said, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to probably come out at 6. And if you look under there, there's a good, right there. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can move that. Got a nice green green one growing there. Let's see if we got anything else in here that we can see. Again, how are people going to deal with that? Now, SHTF happens in the summertime, or if SHTF happens in the wintertime. Both cases are not really good because, again, extreme heat will kill people and extreme cold will kill people. Now, I think the cold can do a lot more damage because if you were in extreme heat, at least you can get into a creek or a body of water and try to cool off that way, and that can help, okay? But if you are in extreme cold temperatures and we have an event, there's a, right there, zucchini coming there. So we got the yellow squashes on this end. This end is all the zucchinis. So we got zucchinis up here, yellow squash on this side, and they're both doing fantastic. The first 2 rows of peas are doing fine. That third row just never really, and we got a few of them came up, but just really never did anything. We got some, but not much. And of course, then we have the green beans. These 2 rows are green beans, and those are doing fantastic. and then the radishes are through here. So anyway, if it's extreme cold and an SHTF event happens, a lot of people, most people, do not have a way to stay warm. They don't have heaters, they don't have enough proper blankets, they don't know what to do in that type of situation, okay? Because they've never had to deal with that type of situation before. I mean, if you coordinate off one room and you put everybody in that room, body heat alone will keep the temperature up. But again, if you can, you know, have enough blankets and have enough other things to help you, you can survive. But what will happen, unfortunately, people will freeze to death in their own homes in extreme temperatures in a post-event with cold weather. And then if you venture outside, nobody's going to be plowing the sidewalks, or nobody's going to be plowing the roads. So depending on what location you're at, you're going to probably be pretty isolated. If you thought you were isolated with what is going on right now with everything, try in a post-event and see how that's going to work out for you. It's going to be a whole different thing. So yesterday we were pulling out of here, and I'm going to pull more out of this side today to give to the birds. So that's one of the things that we have been doing. And I wanted to show you this over here. Our grapes, look at all the grapes. Grapes are really coming this year. They're really doing well. So a lot of grapes. Some more grapes there. Yeah, the grapes are doing very, very well this year. I actually got to get in here and weed out some of these weeds out of the grape plants and do that as well. The raspberries are coming. They're starting to take off and get going. So, and these are obviously, I think these are, let's see. Yeah, these are the red raspberries. Oh, well, that one didn't make it into my mouth. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. All right, so there we go. Red raspberry. Very nice. So we have the red raspberries, and then we have the black raspberries, obviously. The bugs are crazy, of course, because that's what they do this time of year. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. I want to hear what you guys have to say. How many people do you think will perish because of extreme temperatures, either hot or cold, in a post-event? Because they're unprepared, number one. Number two, because they have no clue what to do if that situation happens. If that situation happens, how are they going to deal with it? So those are things that people really need to think about. So we got a lot of tomatoes are coming, as you can see there. Really doing well. Everything is growing just absolutely tremendously. So we got peppers are starting all over the place in here. You can see some peppers there. So everything's growing. Everything's doing really, really well. Now these two here, guys, let's see, what do we got? This is citronella. Okay, so those are growing well. Everything's just doing real well. Everything is coming along very, very nicely. These ones here, these are rosemary. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the rosemary. And then over here we have oregano. Okay, so we got 4 of the oregano in there as well. And then those two over there are fennel. All these ones here are cauliflower. So all these ones in the center and the 3 on the end are cauliflower, and then we have onions over there. So like I said, it's just everything is growing very, very well. I have no complaints whatsoever. But I do want to hear what you guys have to say, because I really believe that so many people will perish unnecessarily in a post-event just because they're not prepared. So how do you get prepared, realistically? Let's think about that for a second. Okay, you have to think ahead. If you live in an apartment, obviously you cannot have a wood stove in an apartment. It doesn't make sense. But if you have an access to an outdoor window in that apartment, you can get a little camp stove. All right, they're not that expensive to get for camping, for tent camping and stuff like that. And then all you got to worry about doing is venting that outside. If you can vent that outside, you can burn wood, you can keep a room warm, and you can survive. Survival is the key. That's going to be the key in that post-event, and people don't think about that. They really don't. There's no planning, there's no thought process ahead other than what is going to happen in their lives tomorrow. And that's the sad thing. That is truly the sad thing. So people really need to think about what is going to be happening in their lives, prepare for those type of situations. So one of the things that I really want you guys to think about is, how ready are you for a cold weather event? How ready are you for an extended heat event in any kind of period of time? Look at the folks in Texas. They get temperatures over 100 degrees every day. Down in Florida, same type of situation. Very, very extreme heat. Mississippi, Georgia, a lot of heat is there as well. So people need to think about those things in a post-event, and say it's summertime and the temperature is over 100 degrees every day. Arizona is another one, okay? So with comes that heat, what else comes with that, right? Lack of water. Oh, these freaking, right in the eye. Lack of water. So that's something else to think about. So I want you to think about these things. I want to hear your feedback on this topic. I want to hear your input on this. How many people do you think will perish in a post-event because of extreme temperatures one way or the other, and not being prepared for those? It's something that I want you to think about. Everybody always talks about, guns, bullets, band-aids, right? Food, water, but they don't think about these other aspects of what could happen and how it will affect you, and how prepared you are for that will make a difference in your life, okay? And again, getting a little small camp stove that you can get online for a couple $100 or less, that could be the difference if it saves your life or not, depending on what part of the country you're in. So it's something to think about. Again, it's also something that you could cook on if you have to in that emergency situation. Something else to think about, okay? So I do want to hear your feedback on that. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want you to remember, guys, again, I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. And so please join me then. And again, topic to be determined. I will figure that out here within the next hour or so when I get it all set up. But please join me for then. We usually have great discussions no matter what, and whatever the topic may be. But I want people to think about those things, okay? So anyway, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. All right? Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you will be fine. I will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.